My company has this IT team that works with us kind of like as a third party almost. And we got a new hire on the IT team. And, we were sent a nice introductory email about this new hire, saying blah, blah, blah. It's what she does, background. Apparently, she's a part-time contortionist. I'm thinking, do you think she's a full-time freak? Alright. Sorry, I just want to start off with that little joke. Although it's real. Real talk though. What I want to talk about, I had this idea, is oftentimes many different people operate under the idea, notion, and kind of this idea that life is Monday through Friday work, and then like Friday evening through Sunday, the weekend, is fucking go out party and bullshit. And that is an idea that we as a collective community, many individuals, that's an idea that we all gotta dissolve. We gotta stop thinking like that. Because it's a false perspective on what life truly could be. Your life doesn't have to be work 9 to 5 days a week, get out of work, go drink at the bar, repeat Monday through Friday, and then bang, fucking blow away your weekend, blow away your money. Your life doesn't have to be like that. And it ain't all daisies and rainbows either. But you don't have to set yourself back and take steps backward by operating under the mindset of work and then weekend comes around, party. It's not a good idea. It's not a good mindset to have, because it gets you nowhere. I found that the more I drink, which fortunately enough right now is like not too much, at least relatively speaking, from like back at college. Right now though, the more I drink, I do recognize, say for example, I went out Friday for the bachelor party, drink, and then, because what happens is when you drink, or like with any drugs for example, is here's like your baseline level, and then you'll get high or drunk or whatever it is, you'll get happier, your dopamine increases. I don't know if it's actually what happens, but you feel better very temporarily. And then once the high of whatever it is that you're consuming wears off, your baseline, you go from here, and then even lower again from your baseline. So if you continuously do that on a weekly, sometimes daily basis, you're gonna struggle, because you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I feel like shit. Well, yeah, it's because you're fucking drinking alcohol and doing drugs, which is not good for you, and it makes you feel worse mentally and physically. So don't do that. I know it stinks, because it can be a lot of fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm 23, and I love to get drunk and go out, because it's so much fun. But then afterwards, I feel worse. So I gotta stop doing that, and I think many other people gotta stop doing that. And I think in order to progress though, we gotta question, why is it that we go out and drink so often? You gotta ask these questions as to why it is we're doing what we are doing. Because if you don't, you're not really gonna get anywhere. First step is to recognize a potential problem or a problem, and then ask what it is, why we're doing this. And it seems to me that, fucking biker almost just got hit. It seems to me that the issue of partying and drinking on a weekly basis for a vast number of people, that's a societal issue. That's not like a particular individual problem. That's a fundamental level that leaks into the individual people. And like I said, I like to have fun too. But I think that shows that there are things that need to be done to improve people's well-being so they don't have to feel like they have to go drink and do drugs to feel better, because it's not good for you. Anyways, that's my little rant, because I'm definitely affected by drugs and alcohol, just like lots of people are. And I try not to be. I like I was kind of mentioning, is kind of lost my specific train of thought. But what I was saying was, the less that I drink, the more clear-headed I feel overall. I will admit, sometimes temporarily, if it's a weekend, for example, I'm not doing anything, I'll admit it, sometimes I do have a little bit of FOMO. Sometimes I do wish I was out drinking, or just like socializing, rather. It's good to socialize, but you don't have to drink every time you do it. In fact, you should not. But I do overall feel better when I don't drink. And it's fucking obvious as to why. And I recognize that when on the occasions that I do drink, afterwards, the days following, I feel worse, which is, again, obvious as to why. And I noticed that my long-term thinking, the more I drink, fades or becomes more hazy, I guess you could say. And your decision-making is clouded, especially long-term decision-making. And you kind of get stuck in the habit of feel better now, which is a sad way to live, in all honesty. So ultimately, fucking start believing in yourself, have some self-respect, have some respect for those around you as well, for your family and friends, because if you completely diminish yourself on a regular basis, that's disrespectful to those around you as well. Especially if you have fucking kids, and you're drinking. You shouldn't be doing that, in my opinion. It's disrespectful to those around you. So have some self-respect. Try to think more long-term. Alright, y'all. I think that's my time. So, if you watch this, thank you as always. I appreciate your time and effort and energy for whatever it is that you do. Much love. Go for a walk outside. Go read a book. Go talk to a friend. Go talk to your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. Go pet your dog or your cat. And go talk to a stranger, Oftentimes it's the little compliments that can make somebody's fucking whole entire week. So don't shy away from talking to people. Alright. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.